My sister Delia texted me, "Don't bother showing up to the wedding, it's not your day." No call, no tears, just a cold line on a glowing screen. I laughed, shut the door on her perfect day, and booked a flight to Hawaii. 1 week later, I was at the airport with a paper cup of coffee when her wedding collapsed. My phone vibrated like a trapped bee, 110 missed calls. That was only the beginning. I grew up in a house where appearances outranked love. From the street, we looked brochure-ready. Trimmed hedges, matching sweaters, grins that never touched our eyes. Inside, everything orbited Dileia, the golden child. I was the quiet satellite, the one who swept up after the meteor showers. In high school, she threw parties. I mopped up the red rings. Our parents called it normal. I learned early that my worth came from what I could fix, not who I was. So when Dileia got engaged, of course I leapt in. Weddings aren't a hobby for me, they're my career. I built Park and Pine events from scratch, breathing order into chaos for people who actually said thank you. For my sister, I offered it all for free. Late-night spreadsheets, vendor wrangling, call sheets tight enough to tick. The first crack was a midnight text. Could I cover the florist's final invoice? No, please, no thanks. I declined. Then Dad rang to inform me my share of their house down payment gift was $2,000. Finally, Delia's seating chart quietly erased me. That night, I stopped being her planner and started reading my contracts. I wanted facts, not feelings for once. And leverage. I spread the paperwork across my kitchen table. Contracts, timelines, invoices. My months of invisible labor suddenly loud. Every agreement bore my letterhead. Park and Pine events. Final balances due 7 days before the date. Failure to pay void service. There it was, cool as steel. I took the folder to Mara, my attorney and friend, who'd drafted those clauses when my business lived on a shoestring. In a cinnamon-scented cafe, she skimmed, brow steady. "You're the client of record, Lena," she said. "Vendors answer to you. If you don't remit final payments, you cancel. Deposits return to your business, not your sister." The words landed like a key turning a long-ignored lock. That night, I wrote 4 calm emails. Venue, caterer, florist, rentals. No heat, no barbs, only policy. As the client on record for the August 30th event, I will not be remitting the final balance. Please consider this notice of cancellation effective immediately and refund deposits to Park and Pine. I scheduled them for 9 a.m., 7 days out. I closed my laptop and felt silence expand around me, clean and unguilty. At 9:03, the first reply arrived, acknowledged. By noon, the dominoes were in full tilt. The venue manager, Mr. Alder, confirmed release of the ballroom. The caterer noted their trucks were reassigned. The florist signed off with regret and a cancellation number. My phone began to buzz across the counter until it nearly walked off the edge. Delia's scream met my hello. Behind her, I heard the rising panic of our parents. "You pulled the plug!" she shrieked. "I stopped paying," I said. "You told me I had no place. I believed you." "You'll wire the deposit back," Dad thundered. "Family first." "It was never a gift," I answered. "It was work." The line went very still. I chose my bag for the morning. On what should have been rehearsal day, I wake before dawn, brew coffee, and watch the sky lighten like a promise I don't have to keep. By mid-morning, the calls pile up. Cousins, unknown numbers. A final message from the venue arrives. A tidy ledger of refunds processed to Park and Pine. Clean math, clean exit. Mom tries last, a voice like a sharpened spoon. "Lena, fix this. Your sister is devastated." "I'm sorry she is," I say, and mean it. But I'm done being the invisible scaffolding. I set the phone face down and zip my suitcase. At the airport, I sit with my ticket to Honolulu. The board hums with departures. I think of all the small ways I taught them to use me, the errands I ran, the silence I kept. By noon, Delia finally calls, voice raw. "Guests are landing. There's nothing here." "There's always been something here," I say. "Me. You just didn't count it." She hisses a curse, then hangs up. Stillness. Somewhere over the ocean, I open my laptop and move the refunded money into new lines. Marketing, payroll cushion, emergency fund. I book a warehouse tasting for a client who says please and thanks. The plane tilts. Light scatters on the water like glitter someone finally swept. On the beach at sunrise, I remember Grandma's favorite line, "Worth isn't what you give away, it's what you keep. I keep my work, I keep my name, I keep my place at my own table. Behind me their noise recedes to weather, ahead I walk."